Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. This is, let me adjust the microphone. The mic doesn't look loud enough. You think I wouldn't have to do this, right? You think you'd like, oh, I adjusted one time and I never have to, mess with it again, but that's not how reality works. Anyway, this is Multi-Larceny by, what was it, Matt Kund, something like that, and some other people. We'll just kind of flip this open so you can see the credits. Have you seen the credits? Good, you have seen the credits. All right, so this was a Kickstarter book, and hold on, I got the bag. It came with a bunch of stuff. It's one of these, and I got this thing. I haven't read that yet. I'll read that next. But that wasn't what I purchased. What I purchased was Multi-Larceny. Now, this was like super late. I remember I didn't get this for like 6 months after I was supposed to, or something crazy like that, which immediately kind of puts a damper on it. It's also a smaller comic than normal. Here's a normal size comic book. Superman, one of those dollar comics from DC. Let me just put this in here. So you got like a half-size book. All right? All right. Just want to establish the scale. The cover stock is nice stuff. This is not quite cardstock. Not quite cardstock, but it's better than just paper. And the Kickstarter had promised like a crime story, like it would be a multiversal heist. And so, that's what I took away from it. So I'm like immediately thinking like what was that Marvel they did like a mini series a long time ago now. I guess it was like 10 years ago. It was like Modoc's 11 or something. And it was like the Ocean's 11 except with Marvel D-list villains. And it was a lot of fun. At least I thought it was fun. I'm a sucker for a good heist story. Now, a heist story has a couple components to it. It's not just, oh, we go steal something. The first part of the movie, or the story, has to be getting the team together. That's critical. You have to learn who the people are, why they all want the treasure, or the money, or however you want to phrase it, why they all want the thing that they're going to go get. If you don't know that, then you're missing out. You're not getting the full value of the story. Like, you just can't get invested in it. Because that's like a core component. That tells you literally, who are these people? Because if you don't know who they are, why do you care? Why are you watching it? Okay. So this book tries that. And the heist lasts one page. And then it goes off in a completely different, non-heisty direction. And, I don't know. I kind of liked it by the time I got to the end of it. Like, it was interesting, but it wasn't what I expected. So I'm kind of holding that against it. Whether or not, whether or not that's fair to do, I don't know. So I should probably like show you something else in the book. I mean, we've just been sitting here looking at this page as the cover slowly like flaps in the wind, right? Well, I'm just kind of hoping you're going to get used to the art and the way it looks because the whole book looks like this. It's not that great. The piece that was kind of advertised for this is let me. I've read some of these other books because I think they shipped me those too. I must have backed it like some crazy tier. So that was like the piece, the big promo piece right there. It looks pretty good, right? It immediately doesn't look so good. Anyway, these guys are using portals to go between different worlds to find a bank that they can rob. It's actually a very clever premise. This would be, on its own, like a fun little movie. But then we immediately get, like, from the heist into a murder. And from the murder, we kind of get into crazy manhunt stuff, man. They're popping between worlds, looking at crazy, crazy things. And sometimes the art's cool. Like when the art looks like this, I dig it. When the art looks like this, I dig it. When it's supposed to be kind of mundane looking, I absolutely don't dig it. I don't dig it at all. Another weird thing. Look at the lettering here. Look at the lettering. See the font used? Okay. See the quality of the lettering. Let's flip back to the beginning and look at the lettering. It's a different letterer. Or the letterer. No, it says there's just one letterer here. So the letterer between the two parts of the story changed how they were lettering. You should have done that. You should have kept your lettering exactly the same. Your editor, Noah Ray, should have been like, yo, the lettering needs to be the same. So as Kickstarter books go, this is all right. It took me a long time to get it. I should pull up my spreadsheet and take a look at this thing. Let's see. Let me pull up Excel. Yeah, I know. I'm looking at an Excel spreadsheet on stream, and you can't even see it. Because I'm going to yawn. Oh, man. Good yawn. Good yawn. See, Multi-Larceny. I backed at the $23 tier. And I don't believe the date I have written down as the actual date I got the book. Because that says it's like before I backed the book. And I know that ain't right. In fact, I just went to Kickstarter. I still don't have the book marked as received. So it must have been 2 months ago or something. Anyway, it took a long time for this book to get here. Let me just go ahead and mark this. Done. We'll just set the receive date to something in my spreadsheet that makes more sense, like the start of this year. Just get it done. But this book was kind of late getting to me. It took it a long time, and it wasn't quite what I expected. In the end, I'd say it was okay. I had fun once I reconciled what kind of story it was. But the writing, hold on, let me. Some of this dialogue. Yeah, here. Like this stuff. All right, so this guy was kidnapped right here. And this guy was told he had to help the guy that was kidnapped, or the guy that was kidnapped would die. So they're breaking into a vault. And this is the worst dialogue in the book, in my opinion. In fact, it's so bad, this is the only dialogue I actually remember in the entire book. So this thing we are using to break into a bank safe, where did it come from? Our boss, who sent us on this robbery, provided it for us. Nobody talks like that. I might write something like that. And then I sure hope I would change it later. Other stuff in the dialogue's fine, and ultimately I'm not sure that the story makes a whole lot of sense, but I sure like the journey it took me on because it was fun watching these dudes bounce around between different worlds on this crazy manhunt thing while something else is going on, and that something else made kind of kept raised the stakes as soon as it showed up, and that made it fun. But it sure wasn't the book I expected. And before I repeat that yet again, I'm just going to go ahead and end the video. You kind of get the idea where I'm going with this. It was okay. And that's about all I can say is, it was okay. Came with some cool swag, and I do got to read this other comic that came with it, so hopefully that comic is pretty cool. Hope springs eternal, right? But, this is the kind of stuff you get when you're checking out indie comics. Oh, hold on, there's a thank you on the back of this book, but not on that one. They just thank all the Kickstarter backers on the inside cover, and they don't actually list all their names like they did on this book. Wonder why not. Wonder why not. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great day. Thanks for listening to me ramble. And I hope to see you next time. Oh, yeah, it's signed, too. Don't forget that. The writer signed it, which is pretty dope. This one is also signed, which is also pretty dope. I love getting my comics scrawled upon. Don't ask me why. I just do.